I better check to see how my hair looks. Ah! Alexa! Shut up! Does that work? Ahoy ahoy! October 10? Wait, what? No, it's October 16, 2020, day 222. We are listening to the Oak Ridge Boys side 2 this time. Finals are frickin' sweet. Don't worry about the Scrabble letters, I'm too lazy to change it. I did a video about the last dog on Earth, and then I decided I hated it, so I didn't release it. And I'm too lazy to change the Scrabble letters. It's freezing in my house. It is 55 in here. I don't like turning the heat on until November, so I usually freeze during the month of October, and today is no exception. I am cold. I was in a book club about a few months ago, and we read about 5 books, so we're going to go over each one of them. They are not very popular. They're not, well, some of them are. Some of them are very unknown, and some of them are very known. So let's go through it. I'm going to go from my least favorite to my favorite. The first one is a DNF, so I kind of have to say that's my least favorite, and that is Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. I don't know anything about it. It's a mystery spy thriller book. I got 30 pages into it, and I remember thinking, man, I kind of like this writing style. I can get really into this book. And then I never picked it up again. So I fully intend on picking it up again, but it'll be a couple years. The next book was Year One by Nora Roberts. That is my third least favorite book now, not number 2 anymore because of The Last Dog. This is, my buddy bought it on the airport and he read it and he brought it over. He made it his choice for the book club book or whatever. He didn't like it. He gave it to me because he didn't want to actually own the book because it was bad. I read it. It was awful, so I gave it to my friend. He got about 200 pages into it, slapped my face and gave the book back to me. If I tell you the premise of the book, it's going to sound cooler than it actually is. So, someone ate a bat in China, and then a virus went over the whole world, and I'm just kidding. But seriously, it was just like that. Basically, it was the coronavirus, but instead of not being able to taste or smell or whatever the coronavirus does to you, it gave some people superpowers. It killed some people weren't affected by it. But the people that got superpowers either became they had various skills, I guess. Some were fairies, some were demons, some talked to wolves, some could be Jedis, and there was just a lot of different powers in this book. And the bad demon people, whatever, took like control of cities, so the good people had to get out and form a alliance or whatever and kind of fight to survive. And the book was awful. I think Nora Roberts is a romance author, and she tried fantasy, and you can definitely tell that she has no idea what she's doing. And she tries to put romance into the story, and the romance is awful. I felt nothing for any of the characters. It ended in a way that tried to make you excited for the upcoming books. And I felt none of that. As soon as I ended, I was like, I laughed at the book. I was like, oh, no way I'm reading you again. It was bad. The third book is this one I've been holding for a while. It is Little Bee by, who wrote this? Chris Cleave. This one is okay. I gave this one, I think, a 2.8 out of 5. It's an alright story. I had to force myself to read it. Like, I didn't get home from work and be all excited to read another book. No, it was none of that. I had to force myself to pick it up and read it. It is about an African girl. I think she was in her 14 or 15. She runs away from danger, and she meets a British woman and whose husband just died, and they have to work together. And the feels at the end were supposed to be there, and it was just not there for me. I can see why some people love this book, but it wasn't for me. I saw the ending coming from a mile away. Pass on this book. No, there's way better books out there. The next book, number 4, was Big Little Lies. This is a great book. I do not remember who read it or who wrote it. I listened to it on Audible, and the characters, the story is just, they're both great. It's from 2 different time periods throughout the book. You get some police investigations on one part where they are investigating different individuals who were at this party and about a murder, and you don't know who died, and you don't know who was their murderer. Murderer. I enjoyed this book. There's 3 main mothers, so they each have a kid that goes to the same school, the same grade, and one of them is an introvert, one of them is an extrovert, and one of them is brand new to the city and to the area, and they're all really good friends. And then you get point of view from each of them, and I loved each one of them. And this was after I even watched the TV show. I watched the TV show first, and then the book club made us read this, and I enjoyed both of them. This is the best book to TV adaptation I think I've ever seen. The TV was fun to watch, and then I went ahead and read it, and it was just as fun for listening to it. I recommend this book. What did I give this one? A 3.8 out of 5. Very enjoyable time. The next one is Ready Player One. This is my favorite book of the book club that we were in. I knew nothing about this book going in. It was brand new at the time. No, it wasn't. That's a lie. I had some issues with this book, but otherwise I very much enjoyed this book. There was one part of the book I did not enjoy, and that's when he was hacking into the system. The author apparently doesn't know how hacking works, because none of that would actually have happened. But anyways, the rest of the book was great. Even the romance was alright. I enjoyed all the 80s callbacks that I got about 20% of them, but the ones that went over my head, I was like, I bet that's cool for somebody. It was a ride the entire way, from start to finish. This guy lives in a virtual reality world, kind of. He lives in our world, so he had put these goggles on or whatever to enter the Oasis, where they have schooling, where they have work, or they can do their work. They can go to Harry Potter castles. They can do all sorts of fun stuff. The coolest part is when he went to school, and they can literally virtually walk around in your inside your body, and like, hey, this is your heart. This is what it actually works or looks like. Watch it beep or beat and whatever. It looks pretty sweet, right? I was pretty jealous of this world. I kind of wish we lived in that, and I'm pretty sure in about 50 years we are going to live in it. There it is. The realism was there, that while you're reading this, like, yeah, this actually could happen. I pretty excited to enter a Harry Potter castle. So yeah, I gave that what did I give that? A 4 out of 5. Yep, and there's a second one coming. It's called Ready Player 2. I don't know how. I think, I don't know if I'm going to read it, because I think it's just a money grab, because the book, Ready Player One, ended in a way that I don't see a sequel being able to be written. And I will not watch or read any money grabs anymore. I literally did not prep for this. I had like 20 minutes, and I just decided to make a video on these 5 random books, and so the editing is just going to be nuts. I'm going to apologize to him right now. I'm sorry, sir. I hope you enjoyed it. That's it, I think. Sorry, this one's going to be pretty bad. I can't swear anymore, so this one's going to be pretty bad. Toodaloo. Have a good day.